Voters in New York just handed squad member Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez another term in Congress. Her win came only hours after she made some patently false claims about crime in the city. She actually said it's down. Plus, the far-left Democrat also blasted the move to send more cops into the subways, where violent attacks rose by 30% and transit crimes in general have risen 42%. Watch.
A lot of people think that crime is up when we actually see that shootings are down, when we see that huge indicators on the most violent crime in New York City is down. Subway crime is up, but let's also note that subway crime is up after they committed so many more officers to the subway system. So that also tells us from a policy perspective, adding more cops to the subway isn't solving this problem. So there are other things that can solve this problem.
Kennedy, I find that hard to stomach given just recently, as we reported on a recidivist who had raped multiple women, the most recent one breaking all of the neck bones in her neck while choking her unconscious during the rape because there were no police officers around in the park at 5:30 a.m. It's absolutely patently false for her to be saying that police presence does not deter crime and to blame violent attacks or rise in crime on our New York City's finest.
The reason there are more cops on the subway is there are more subway crimes. Like you said, it's gone up over 40%. Rape is up, robbery is up, violent felonies are up. Yes, shootings are down and murder is down a little bit, but you know they were still pretty high numbers, and there's no longer active community policing, not just in New York City, but across the country because of what happened in the aftermath of George Floyd's death. And the tenor has changed in New York City. She's delusional. She has to stop huffing nitrous before she goes and does media appearances because she's flat out wrong. If she believes it, she's not fit to serve.
And that was a joke, to be clear. Sean, when I walk to work, when I walk to work every day, I pass a really big sign, like one of those light-up signs that my tax dollars pay for, about how I can't bring my carry concealed weapon into Times Square, and if I do, there'll be severe repercussions. I'm curious, in this constituency that AOC represents, that somehow that's what the priority is. It's on signage deterring law-abiding people to not protect themselves, to not carry a weapon. For someone who's supposed to be an advocate for women, what about the triple-digit rise in crimes against women? What about the vulnerable communities she purports to represent who are being disproportionately affected by the violent crime everywhere? And the signage is what we get?
But what about them? They all voted for this. They all vote for AOC. All the women vote for her, and all of the kinds of Democrats in the city. Minorities vote for her, Democrats in the city. And this is what you're going to get. You're going to get more crime. You're going to get a tax on law enforcement. And so we sit and feel bad for the victims of crimes, like you mentioned, someone they were strangled and every bone in their neck was broken. But they're voting for this stuff. And by the way, those comments are 100% stupid from AOC, but she gets reelected. And New York, they love it. So I'm not going to complain. Live like that.
Although the mayor did, Kaylee, Mayor Adams, talk about that while, yes, black and brown communities did vote more Democrat this time around, it was in less numbers. And he was pointing to sort of that he needed to shore up Democratic support for that, but that it had eroded to the point, I mean, even as we've talked about before, the Asian American Bar has come out strongly against bail reform, saying we are being disproportionately, violently impacted. Is anyone listening to us? Apparently AOC is not.
Apparently. So, you know, if you look back at the elections, Cuomo, when he ran in 2018, he won by 24 points. Cuomo, when he ran in 2014, 13 points. Kathy Hochul only won by 5 points. So there was a significant recognition here in New York that something's awry. That being said, Zeldin should have won outright. If not now, win New York, to your point. You see what people like AOC are saying, and Kathy Hochul were data manipulators and deniers, and she marginalized the issue. So I'm encouraged to see there's been a closing of the gap in New York, but come on, wake up, New York. Wake up. Look, everyone's going to Florida. Are you trying to lose more residents? They're going to Florida for a reason, because those policies work. So narrowing the gap, good, but Zeldin should have won.
And the
Michelle,
Yeah, and the conch fritters, and the key lime pie.
The last elected official to make those kind of outlandish claims, blaming the police for not clearing enough crimes, was San Francisco elected DA Chisa Boudin. The voters responded in part by getting him out, by recalling him off the ballot. We thought we would see that this week with AOC, but perhaps we'll see it next time.
My finance professor in grad school said to us, a liberal is a conservative who hasn't been mugged yet. And I think that people like AOC have been sheltered from the actual real world stuff. They don't go into a drugstore down the street and see what's going on. And for some reason, they don't believe their eyes when they see this stuff reported again and again. I feel like I'm being punked when I listen to her.
Yeah, and especially the rest of her squad members who pay for private security, remember, although advocating for defunding public police.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.